Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Bienvenidos. Welcome to Spring Spanish. Yo soy María Fernanda and I am one of the Spanish teachers here at Spring Spanish. ¿Cómo iba la canción? So, how was that song again? 1, 2, 3, un pasito para adelante, María. 1, 2, 3, un pasito para atrás. So by now, you probably know how to count in Spanish. If no, go and check out the video that I made for you of the cardinal numbers known as 1, 2, 3, and so on. But what about those numbers that are known as first, second, third? Those are the ordinal numbers. And in this video, I'm going to show you how and when to use los números ordinales, the ordinal numbers in Spanish. ¿Estás listo? Are you ready? Los números ordinales, the ordinal numbers, are known as the adjective form for the cardinal numbers, whereas uno es primero, 1 is first, 2 es segundo, 2 is second, y 3 es tercero, 3 is third. Usually they come along with nouns, and you must change the noun gender that you are referring to. And the most important ones are the first to 10th. In Spanish, los primeros 10 números, the first 10 numbers, are the most important to know. So, I'm going to start with those. Vamos a aprender nuevas palabras. We're going to learn new words. So take note y comencemos. Let's start. Primero. Primero. El primer rey. El primer rey. La primera vez. La primera vez. Have you noticed that we have to remove the O from primero and convert it to primer if it's masculine and primera if it's feminine? This happens as well with the third, tercero. We will get there with the examples that I'm teaching you today. Siguiente, next one. Segundo. Segundo. El segundo hermano. El segundo hermano. La segunda hija, la segunda hija. Tercero, tercero. El tercer amigo, el tercer amigo. La tercera oportunidad, la tercera oportunidad. Cuarto, cuarto. El cuarto piso. El cuarto piso. La cuarta salida. La cuarta salida. Quinto. Quinto. El quinto libro. El quinto libro. La quinta estación. La quinta estación. Sexto. Sexto. El sexto gol. El sexto gol. La sexta jugada. La sexta jugada. Séptimo. Séptimo. El séptimo pecado. El séptimo pecado. La séptima ocasión. La séptima ocasión. Octavo. Octavo. El octavo pasajero. El octavo pasajero. La octava película. La octava película. Noveno. Noveno. El noveno día. El noveno día. La novena niña. La novena niña. Décimo. Décimo. El 10º grado. El 10º grado. La 10ª nota. La 10ª nota. Fun fact, if the ordinal numbers are used in a statement where the noun is already implied, then you must use it in their original form that I have just taught you, like primero, segundo, tercero, and so on. So with the following examples, there are chunks in Spanish that they're going to be really helpful for you to understand how these are used. For example, toasting in a first year anniversary. Salud por el primero de muchos. Cheers for the first of many to come. La tercera es la vencida. The third time is a charm. Wait, for the next example, I really want to use one of my favorite props. So here is Oreo. You know, from my other videos, Oreo es mi perro. Oreo is my dog. Y de mis perros, el segundo es el más travieso. From all of my dogs, the second one is the most naughty. Not this one though. Él es un buen perro. He's a good dog. Second fun fact, if you need to use the ordinal numbers in their plural way, then the most easy thing to do is to add an S to the end, even if it's in feminine or masculine. So it will become, let's take a look at the next examples. Los primeros carros. Los primeros carros. Las segundas veces. Las segundas veces. I know I have been so insistent on learning the numbers from 1st to 10th. The thing is that in Spanish, we only use these numbers. We do have the other ones. However, it will be most likely that you hear the numbers in their cardinal way. For example, let's go out and celebrate the 30th anniversary. That's how you use them in English. In Spanish, it is more likely we say, vamos a celebrar el aniversario número 30. Or what about referring to the century, the 20th century? In Spanish, we'll say, es el siglo XX. For that matter, it is much better to use and to learn the cardinal numbers as well. 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, 30, and so on. However, we are in a lesson for ordinal numbers, and if you really must use the numbers after 13th, then it is better for you to learn them from 10 to 10. Let's start with the first one. Décimo. Décimo. Vigésimo. Vigésimo. Trigésimo. Trigésimo. Cuadragésimo. Cuadragésimo. Quincuagésimo. Quincuagésimo. Sexagésimo. Sexagésimo. Septuagésimo. Septuagésimo. Octogésimo. Octogésimo. Nonagésimo. Nonagésimo. And in between, as I said, just use the number in 10 that I just taught you, plus the number between 1 and 9. For example, décimo tercero, décimo tercero, octogésimo noveno, octogésimo noveno, septuagésimo quinto, septuagésimo quinto. For 11 and 12, as you can see, they are not the same. We don't say décimo primero or décimo segundo. It is likely that we, as Spanish speakers, we will understand. However, these are used for formal Spanish, and I will teach you those to complete the lesson for today. Undécimo, undécimo, duodécimo, duodécimo. Now you know the ordinal numbers, so now you can tell everyone, ¿dónde fue tu primer viaje? Where did you go on your first trip? Por ejemplo, as an example, mi primer viaje fue a Orlando, Florida. My first trip was to Orlando, Florida. So go down in the comments and write mi primer viaje fue a, and try to impress me. Where do you go first? So we have a whole series of Spanish videos for beginners from me and the other Spring Spanish teachers, so feel free to go and check them out. Probably you will learn something new today. Now, if you're ready to take a step further and get really serious about learning Spanish, then go down and check out the description box because we have a link there for you where you can have a look to the method and a free training that we have for you to become a Spanish fluent speaker. Also, there's some free lessons and free samples that you can download directly from our website. I will be glad to see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe y nos vemos a la próxima and see you next time. Adiós! Don't forget to subscribe, drop a like, and share the videos with your friends.